Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pickleball and Politics, where I combine my quest to stay out of the kitchen with my passion for politics. There's not going to be a whole lot of pickleball until at least we get through the South Carolina primary and Super Tuesday, but I will let you know that after a month-long losing streak, I finally won a game. I not only won one game, I won two a couple of days ago when I finally I reversed the curse. That's what we'll call it. Of course, I didn't play for 3 weeks, so I shouldn't say it was a month. That's a little bit exaggerating, isn't it? But I didn't play for a month, and the first week back, I didn't win any games. But this week I won two, so we'll get to more pickleball as we get into the spring, and I'm playing more. All right, the latest poll numbers in South Carolina are out, and Trump right now, according to the Washington Post, is at 58% to Haley's 32% in the former governor's home state of South Carolina. Now, that primary is going to be on February 24th. And right now, Trump's at 26 points over Haley in her home state. I mean, Governor Haley, if you can't lose to Donald Trump by, I'm going to say less than, if she loses less than 10 points, that'd be one thing. But she's not gonna. He's got a 26-point lead over her. Oh my gosh. I hope after South Carolina, I can see she's trying to save face in South Carolina. It is her home state, but she's not going to win. It's actually going to be egg on her face. I don't know why she just doesn't step aside, but she doesn't. Okay, I want to talk about some other poll numbers nationally, not just the Republican primaries. Trump right now has a 20-point lead over Biden on which candidate would handle the economy better. Trump has a 30-point lead over Biden on who would handle the immigration crisis better. Trump has a 16-point lead over Biden, and I just love this, on competency, which just cracks me up because the mainstream media, who we should call the corporate media, portrays Donald Trump to just be the biggest buffoon, orange man bad, and he doesn't know what he's talking about, yet he has a 16-point lead over Biden for competency. I mean, it's just beautiful. It just really is. I just love that. It makes me so happy. And Biden right now is at his lowest approval rating of his presidency at only 37% of Americans approve him. It's getting worse every week. And let's face it, why it's getting worse every week is that immigration number. Because this week we had police officers getting attacked by illegals in Times Square. We have the elderly unable to get their hot meals in the afternoon, and kids playing at a recreation center in Boston displaced. The elderly were there during the day doing yoga and stretching and chair aerobics and having a hot meal. The kids came in after school doing basketball and all kinds of activities to keep them off the streets. And in Boston, the mayor and the governor have closed that recreation center and turned it into another spot of illegals housing. We have the residents of Chicago up in arms because all of their services are being cut. We've got the mayor of New York City giving them $1,000 a month prepaid credit card. Who's giving you a prepaid credit card every month? I'd like to know. Nobody's giving me one. That's all I know. And that's why these numbers are so high, because the average person realizes that this is not sustainable at any level. It just isn't. The border hasn't been closed. So when it comes to Trump having a 30-point lead, that's all immigration stuff, because it's hitting everybody now. It's not just Texas and California like it was for a really long time in New Mexico and Nevada. Nope, it's spread everywhere. You go to airports now and you'll go on Instagram, see for yourself. People are showing that they're at a terminal in Austin. They're at the terminal in Dallas. They're at the terminal in Houston. They're at a terminal all over Texas. And they concede that all in Nevada, in Arizona, all these migrants are going to be put on planes and bye-bye, see you later. They're not going home. They're coming to your town. Yes, they're coming to your town. Yes, they are. Okay, now, in the general election, we have Trump at 46% to Biden's 44%. So Trump is up 2%. But more importantly, in the battleground states, we have Trump up by 7 in Georgia. In Arizona, Trump is up by 4. In Nevada, Trump is up by 7. In Michigan, Trump is up by 5. And only Pennsylvania is about a dead heat. Biden is at 45% and Trump's at 44.7%. So that's statistically a dead heat. Now, the direction of the country, because that all goes to these numbers. Direction of the country right now, there is a 40-point spread. 25% of people think we are in the right direction, and 65% of Americans polled believe we are headed in the wrong direction. And I'm one of those 65%. Both parties are worried about the influence of Robert Kennedy Jr. because right now, in a general election, he's polling at about 13%. He's still causing Trump to be higher than Biden, but everybody's a little bit concerned about that because it is something we have to watch. And I don't think he's stopping either, Robert Kennedy Jr. I'm surprised he has so much support, to tell you the truth, because the liberals don't like him anymore because he's so anti-vaccine. And what good conservative could vote for any Kennedy? I couldn't. But anyways, so as you can see, that is something we got to watch, the general election. But President Donald Trump, can you imagine if he got some good media? I mean, it would be unbelievable. If he got good media, he'd be at 35% for handling the economy. He'd be at 90% for handling immigration. Of course, because let's face it, the mainstream media doesn't even think we have an immigration problem at the southern border, do they? Oh, and they're bringing people from the northern border too, right? All right, well, you can reach me on all those different platforms, all those places. You can reach me at Getter or Instagram at Pickleball and Politics. You can reach me on X. Everybody's really calling it X now, but it's still and forever Twitter for me. And they don't say you tweet anymore. They say you do something else. Anyways, you can reach me at Pickle and Paul on X. You can go to my website, pickleballandpolitics.com, or you can go to my YouTube channel where you probably are right now and reach me at Pickleball and Politics and give me a thumbs up, subscribe, leave me a comment. Please leave me a comment. I love your comments. As you know, I try to end every single episode with the dink of the day. And this week's dink is Joe Biden once again for his primary gerrymandering of the primary map, because he wasn't on he wasn't on in New Hampshire. He was not a candidate in New Hampshire. He didn't even register. So as you know, he wasn't listed. Why can't I have a mental block right now? So he wasn't on the ballot. That's what I wanted to say. Now this is just proof that I just talk, okay? I don't have a script in front of me or anything. He wasn't on the ballot in New Hampshire because he did his own little primary gerrymandering, didn't he? And he got South Carolina to have him as his first place. And he won by over 90%. But guess what? He had a gerrymander that primary map. So he's always going to be my dink of the day because that's what I think of Joe Biden. All right, everyone. Sorry I couldn't remember that he was on the ballot. That's actually funny. Okay, everyone. I will see you again soon on Pickleball and Politics. And listen, subscribe, leave me a comment. I love your comments. Okay, until next time, I'll see you again soon on Pickleball and Politics.